I'm doing okay.
Hey, Katrina.
Yeah.
Since you're here.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys? Is there any way that you can send out a fillable ticket?
Yes. Joe has it. It's already made.
Okay.
It should be in the drive.
Okay.
So I
Can
can
you
make
send
sure.
it to participants?
Sure.
Thank you. Somebody had sent Rhett a message.
Well, Jeff called me today too. He was looking into it.
Okay. Good. Awesome sauce.
We might want to do mess kits because there's not much product at Dakota for paper goods and stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the packing list did have
For staff, like.
Oh, for staff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. That's a good idea.
Just because I have a feeling that it's going to be like that. What? Well, there we are.
Frank, have you had any success in getting access to the reports from BSA? I have not tried because after you told me I couldn't get in because of the thing. Still there this morning, even after 2 weeks ago, I reached out to Graham and last week I reached out, actually, 2 weeks ago, I reached out to Graham and Joe. And last week I called Joe. Okay, so Joe had a family emergency. Okay, for sure.
I'm going to go in the hallway, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of cold.
It was a little chilly sitting by that.
Oh, you're inside.
All right, I hope everybody's doing okay. I'll keep my eyes open here for about another minute or so. If anybody else logs in, and we'll go ahead and get started here shortly.
They're doing the popcorn show.
Okay. All right, so we'll get started here just a second. Just so everybody knows, I am both running the meeting and presenting, so if I you see my head bouncing back and forth, I'm watching different things at the same time, and I might get distracted by certain things going on as we're getting started, but I'll do my best to kind of streamline that as we get going. All right. So we've got one more who should be entering, and then as soon as she's in, we'll go and get started. Thanks. All righty. Let's see here. Let me move the screens around. There we go. I'll keep that. Just thumb that down. All right. Wow. I'm gonna skip that. All right. We'll go and get started. I want to say thank you to everybody who's joined us. We're at about 30 people tonight, so that's really awesome to see. I'm going to do my best to make sure that we keep this to the hour that we have scheduled to let you guys have the rest of your evenings. But I want to just kind of talk through a little bit of the 2020 fall product sale program that we have going on this fall. We've got one of our vendors with us from our WREATH sales. Bill Knack is joining us, so he'll be able to talk a little bit about that. Thank you, Bill, for joining us. Unfortunately, our representatives from Pecatonica Popcorn were not able to make it tonight, but I do have some stuff from them, and we also have some resources we'll be able to share now and throughout the entire sale for those of you participating in popcorn. So just kind of want to talk through just a few things, show some sales report information, go over making sure that you're signed up for the sales, some of the logistics, the dates, resources and incentives that we have. Our vendors for popcorn, Pecatonica, as I'm sure many of you know, and then Noble Valley and Northwood's partner to help support our WREATH program. And I'm still taking attendance as you guys come in, so that's why I keep popping my head down and up. So, all right, so in 2019, we sold more than $200,000 in wreaths, with about half of that, over half of that staying here local between our units and the council. And we sold about $750,000 in popcorn, nearly 550 of that stayed here local. So as you can see, these are really significant sales for us and for you to be able to make sure that you're able to fund your program, support things like charter renewal, awards recognition, campouts, activities, and all the other things that you do as a unit. So thank you for your participation last year and for your continued participation this year in what is going to be a very different environment, I think, than any of us have experienced when it comes to sales. Hopefully everybody's had a chance to sign up and tell us that they're selling. If not, I would encourage you to please do so as soon as possible. You can do that on our Reason Popcorn page on the website. You'll see the first, the top links there indicate to us that you're going to sign up to sell. And we ask that you do that if you haven't had a chance to do so yet, just so that we get the best contact information to be in touch with you, both phone and email, get you any updates, anything that goes on throughout the sale, adjustments, changes, things like that. It'll also help us make sure that we're tracking the right information as far as what your commission rate is for popcorn and other key details for both sales. So if you haven't had a chance to do that, please do so. If you have signed up already, you don't need to do it again, but but if you haven't, please do that as soon as you can. It's really key to making sure that we're getting the right information and staying in touch with you. We'll start kind of jump into focus on WREATH. I'm going to talk a little bit about our logistics and then turn the floor over to Bill to talk about some of the things that they've added this year. Pretty exciting stuff, I think, for WREATH, but I do want to make sure that we go through a few of those things. So the resale dates there, I'm not going to read all of them to you, but the sale does start on the 11th. We follow with the Blitz weekend. The sale ends on the 23rd. You'll see that the orders are due, WREATH distribution. This year, we are only going to have one location for WREATH distribution. That'll be State Fair Park up here in West Dallas. So please note that. That's November 7th. It is a Saturday. And let me get one more in. Okay. And then payments are due on the 3rd, and the Fallen Hero wreath ceremony is the 12th. Currently, we have one location. We've talked about the idea of possibly having a second, and as we get that more firmed up, we'll share more information with you on the wreath sale dates. Sorry for the delay. So as you can see, we've got a lot of the same products we've had the last several years. There were some things that we did not include last year that we did bring back. We've also added a new festive holiday chandelier piece. It's really cool. Our vendors were really great to provide us some of those at the end of last year's sales. For those of you that happen to come into the service center here in Milwaukee, we had one of those displayed behind the program services counter. So for those of you who saw that, we're adding that this year. Very popular for those that started selling it and throughout their stores last year. So I think this will be a really exciting addition to our product lineup. But again, the wreaths, the planters, we brought back the larger planters, so we've got a couple of options there. So we're really excited about our lineup this year. And with that, I'm going to turn over the rest of the WREATH, most of the rest of the WREATH program, I think, to Bill, who will chat a little bit about online resales, something new we're adding, and give me a chance to take a quick break about member. So, Bill, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you. Hi, I'm Bill Knack. I'm part owner of Noble Valley Farms, which many of you are familiar with from years past if you participated in the sale.
Okay.
This year, there's a couple of things that I want to mention. One is the on-site pickup will be on November 7th, as Cortland pointed out, at State Fair Park. It is in the cattle barn. For those of you that picked up at the camp in the south, you may not be familiar with that, but it's in the cattle barn. It's a 30,000 square foot facility. So if anyone's concerned about social distancing, we certainly can do a great deal with that. For those of you that are concerned about that, we just felt it would be more advantageous to have the pickup in one location versus the two as we have had in the past. This year, we did a spring plant sale, not with the council, but we did one outside the council with some troops and packs. And I point that out because to date, the comments that I'm getting are people are concerned because of the COVID virus, the issue of sales and how that will go. And I can tell you that our spring plant sale that took place in the month of May was extremely, our sales were extremely high.
You guys get enough sales? There's more out there.
I'm sorry? Oh. So our sales were higher than normal for the groups that participated. I will say we didn't have as many groups participating this year as we did last year, but I just want to point that out because I think it's an indication, and industry trade rags are saying that they expect sales to be higher than normal this year because people are at home and they want to decorate. So we look forward to the sale this year. we do have an addition, which Cortland, if you could put up the first slide, we decided to do an online ordering platform. It's really a platform that we contracted with a company called Rally Up. And as you can see, the first slide or the first point I already commented on, we did set all-time records in the spring for our plants. So I do feel that sales, if indeed the groups participate, will be higher than actually last year. We performed and developed this online sales platform, and so it can be for your pack or troop or crew. And as it indicates there, we did an experiment. We offered the online platform to some groups, and some groups we did not. And the groups that participated in the online retail platform sold 29% more than the groups that did not. Next slide, Carlin. So what it is each group, we can customize a website. So if you're troop or pack 10, for example, we can customize it specifically for your site. And you can use the links to be shared on email, Facebook, and other social media. Each scout sales can be tracked for contest or revenue recognition purposes. And we have to do that, as you know, for some of the contests that we have with the council, that the council sponsors. And you can build your custom site quickly, or we actually build it for you. And we can include, so you're picking up at State Fair, but in addition to that, if you're going to be distributing at a school or a park or a residence, we can put that in and the address as well as the pickup time. And if you really want to go crazy, you can blast these links to cell phone numbers for large database marketing. And so again, the administrator of the sale can access from the site, and your group, the coordinator, will receive copies of all the sales, and each selling scout, they can view their current sales status because they can have access to the site as well. I will say there's a couple of caveats. The online sales, if you participate in this with the online sales site, you do have to take the totals from the sale of that site and merge it and input it into the site, the Three Harbors resale site. So we have a combined total. So when you come on November 7th, we have all the product that you need. There is a one-time cost, which is $50, and we would put that on your final invoice. So I certainly encourage you to really seriously think about it, because again, we experimented in the spring and it clearly showed that sales definitely were up. That's it. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for Bill specifically about, maybe not too much in the weeds, because we are working with we're working with him to kind of develop a FAQ and to help really to help all of you understand how to utilize this site. Does anybody have any high level questions real quickly for Bill?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I have a quick question. That $50, is that per group or per scout?
It's per group, per pack or troop or crew.
Okay, got it. So then you could have as many scouts as you need underneath that?
Yes.
Included in that cost? Okay, thank you.
Yes, you bet.
Okay. Good question. Anything else real quickly? All right. Bill, thank you. So as we go into a little bit more with wreaths, we do want to let everybody know the commission rate on wreaths will continue to be 25% on all your sales, including fallen hero wreaths. And if you do take advantage of the online option, as Bill said, you'll take the 100 wreaths you sell online plus the 100 that you might take through take order or some other means, and you'll order all 200 through the Three Harbors site, to be able to get all those wreaths and deliver them as indicated. 25% on all those sales. So you know, great opportunity there. Blitz weekend. So the top 5 Fallen Hero sellers during the Blitz weekend, September 11th through 13th, will receive a $100 Amazon gift card. Our top overall salesperson in each district will receive a $250 Visa gift card. And the top 12 units in total sales council-wide will receive free product delivery, and you have to hit a $4,500 retail sales threshold in order to be eligible for that. So some of the incentives that we have available through our resale this year. So please do make sure to take note of those. The Fallen Hero Wreath Ceremony, Saturday, December 12th in Union Grove at the Southern Wisconsin Veterans Memorial Cemetery. It's a wonderful opportunity to really honor our fallen heroes in a very somber but respectful ceremony. I'd encourage anybody and everybody to come out and participate. And obviously, you know, we want everybody who's sold those to participate. But you know, we really want to encourage scouting to be present there. You know, it's open to all, and it's a really great ceremony. So so that's going on as well. The next, we're going to jump into popcorn next, but are there any other kind of high-level questions that anybody has for the wreath sale at this point? Okay. The Leader's Guide is available online, and we will continue to make updates on it. The most updated version will always be available online. And there were a couple of changes we made about a week and a half ago, so those are in there. Feel free to download that at any time you want. So with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into the fall popcorn sale, and I'll go through all of that. Again, our vendors aren't available, so I'm kind of doing this from the seat of my pants and hope I get it all right. So, so the fall popcorn sale. Again, hopefully everybody's had a chance to sign up with us and make sure that you are registered yourself with the vendor site with Pecatonica. You can do that now. It is available and open to do so. And I think a lot of you probably, if not, you know, all of you have done that. I was in there earlier today, and there's, you know, upwards of 60 or so units signed up, so that's a good thing. We're always looking for more. But the instructions on how to do that are available here. They're also available in the Scout Boss document that is downloadable from the council website as well. But there's a lot of bullets there, but it's a pretty easy process once you start getting through it. As far as accessing your account, you go to prpopcorn.com, click on my account, sign in. You can make your orders, track individual online sales, all sorts of things like that within the Pecatonica website. So as we look at our dates, again, similar timeline to what you see with wreaths. Online sales have already started. Those started a few days ago. If you're participating in show and sell orders, those are due by the end of the day tomorrow. We're starting to see some of those come in, so that's good to see. Distribution will be September 10th and 11th. We are still working on a location for the Southern Warehouse. I'm actually going out Thursday afternoon to visit a potential site there. I think it'll work out, but I want to make sure that'll work for us. So we'll have details hopefully on that Southern Warehouse here within the next couple days for everybody. Sale starts on the 11th. You'll see the Blitz weekend. Sale ends October 21st. You've got the dates that are your take orders are due. Returns come in October 24th. Distribution in November, and then final payments are due December 3rd. So a quick rundown on our sale dates there. A couple of things that I want to address related to the sale dates. At this point in time for show and sell, we still have not received any confirmation one way or the other from Roundy's as far as what will be available, if anything, to be able to do show and sell at any of their stores. So that's Pick and Save, Metro Markets, things like that. We still haven't heard a positive or a negative response from them yet. They're still deciding. So please take that into consideration when you're thinking about your show and sell, when you're thinking about your show and sell order. And at this point, we've been asking since May, and I don't know when to expect the final answer. So we're doing the best we can to hear from them what they have to say. So please keep that in mind. If you do make a show and sell order and end up not being able to sell most or all or some of it, all product can be returned on that return day of October 24th. So
Wait, is that including the chocolate stuff? We couldn't return chocolate last season.
we're going to return everything.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So we just with so much up in the air, we've in talking with Pecatonica, we're going to make that an option this year. So again, I wouldn't say necessarily go crazy. But if you want to anticipate the opportunity to do so, to do show and sell and try some things, if Roundy's and doesn't work out, trying to do neighborhood pop-up stores or other options like that, and it doesn't work out, you'll still have that opportunity to return that product. So,
Portland, I have a question. I tried signing up for the popcorn for selling, and it asked me for a council key. Do you know what that is?
yes. So the council key is it is on the last page of the leader's guide, the popcorn leader's guide. I would have to give me 2 seconds to pull that up real quick.
That's fine.
Because I don't have it. Come on.
636 THC.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, that is, like I said, it's also on the back, so that we may not call it the council key. It might be like council ID on that leader's guide, but that's correct. And it's all caps. The letters are all caps.
If we're already registered on the Pecatonica site, do I need to go through the whole process, or can I just place a new order?
If you individually are already on there, you should not need to re-register. You should be able to log in with that ID. It should land you directly onto the fall 2020 popcorn platform, and then you can make your order from there.
And if we're doing just a take order, do I select show and sell and then just put zeros for everything?
That would be, yes, that would be extraordinarily helpful. If you're not doing show and sell at all, and maybe you indicated that you were just putting the zeros through, it's perfectly fine. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Good questions. Appreciate those.
Excuse me. So is it just like it was this last time where we're just doing a one-time takeout for show and sell, not having it like in past years where it was weekly?
Correct.
Okay.
Brett, thank you for the question. Yeah, we are not acting as a store throughout the sale. There'll be no additional orders placed after this one for show and sell. You won't be able to come to the office and pick up more. So yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, we will not be acting as a store. So,
thank you.
Yep. Any other questions kind of with the dates? Yes, Rick?
Yeah, so I see on the schedule here, and this is my first rodeo, so if you can bear with me, I see online sales starts August 15th.
Yes.
Sale starts September 11th. Sale ends October 21st. October 21st. I'm not really clear on what we've got these different formats here of online sale, take order, show and sell, and so on. I'm not really clear on where what we mean by these different terminologies of sale and when they start and when they end.
Okay. So the show and sell, that's a format of that sale is where you would actually order product in advance and bring it with you to a location, sell it, exchange popcorn for dollars, and the sale is completed. So that's one style of sale. A second style of sale, that take order, is kind of the more traditional. When I was a kid, I didn't really ever do show and sell. I always did take order, knocking on the door with the order form, having my neighbors fill it out, family, friends. I want 2 of these and 1 of those, and then we brought them all back to the person who's coordinating the sale. They put in the total order. It gets delivered to the council on November 10th or prior to November 10th and 11th. You would pick up everything and then distribute it, and then the kids take the popcorn out from there after you pick it up on the 10th or the 11th.
Okay, what does it mean by sale starts and sale ends here then? Because we have online sale starts, then sale starts, then sale ends.
So the online sale, and this is kind of become a much more popular portion of the popcorn sale for all the popcorn vendors over the last several years. But they offer an opportunity for online sales by individuals, by individual youth, to be able to be done. And they can actually start that earlier, because if I'm a scout and I am in a unit that participates in the online sale, the popcorn kernel, the unit popcorn kernel, can actually go in and for each scout set him or her up with their own unique ID, where they can then send that out to anybody they know anywhere in the continental United States, to allow that person to order Pecatonica popcorn, and it gets shipped directly to them. The scout receives commission on that. The unit receives commission on that. So it's anywhere in the continental United States. If I'm a scout here in Wisconsin and I've got, my grandparents live in San Diego, I can email them my code and say, go to this ordering website for Pecatonica popcorn, and you can help me, be able to raise money for my scouting experience. Pecatonica will get that order into their site. They'll ship it directly to my grandparents in San Diego. I never have to see it, but we get the commission on that. That starts a little bit earlier because the product that Pecatonica is making is already in-house. So they can actually just, once that order starts, they can ship that directly once it comes in. And so that provides a few extra weeks of opportunity for our scouts to be able to participate in doing sales. The sale starts, what that means is that September 11th is the first day that our scouts should be out, with their show and sell. If we're setting up in front of a storefront or a neighborhood pop-up store, that's the first day that we can start participating in show and sell locations, or start knocking on doors, having our parents take our sale sheets to work, something like that. And then the sale ends. That's the last date for all sales to happen. So online sales will close that day. Show and sell, the take order, all of this, the sale ends on the 21st of October. Does that help clarify?
Yeah.
Okay. So, any other questions? Okay. Well, let me go ahead and jump into some of the stuff that Pecatonica has helped provide me. So what you see here, this is actually this is the front cover of the sales sheet this year. So you'll see it's a shift from what you might be familiar with, but I think it's pretty exciting. I like this, I really do. So a little bit of history on Pecatonica. They've been around since 1983, and Pecatonica has been established a vendor of the Boy Scouts of America for several years. I've worked with 2 of the 3, and I would tell you from my personal experience, what the product that Pecatonica provides is, I think, of the 3 by far the best. That's not a sales, it's just my personal opinion. And I love popcorn. I've got a bunch of it sitting right next to me in my office. So a little bit of history on Pecatonica right there. So, when you look at popcorn sales, what is the value of participating in popcorn sales or wreath sales, any type of product sale that a scouting that a scouting council puts on. Well, you know, it helps our scouts learn responsibility, perseverance. They get a chance to really earn their way through our program. It helps our units be able to enhance their program through, you know, equipment and reducing program costs, things like that. So, I mean, yes, it is, you know, it is monetarily driven, but beyond that, you know, part of our program is making sure that our scouts can fund their program and make sure it's cost effective. And this is a great way to be able to do that. As far as the products that we will offer this year, you know, a lot of things that you've seen before, we will have back. My favorite, there's about 3 or 4 of them on there. I like the cheddar cheese. I like the peanut butter cup. Those are back. You'll see that there's a couple of new ones, sea salt splash, and there is a chocolate lovers tins. And that chocolate lovers tin comes in a Packers. It'll be a Packers design this year. So, you know, a lot of different options. Again, popcorn, there's a pair of coffee options in there, and then there's 2 different donations, 2 different military donation levels, one at $30, one at $50. The nice thing with the military donations, again, that the popcorn that anybody does through the military donation, that popcorn will actually be sent to members of our armed services, and it's a really cool thing. You donate the $30, and $30 of popcorn goes to our servicemen and women. So pretty cool thing there. So yeah, a lot of favorites, a lot of similar stuff there. You know, and then who obviously our scouts, each of us as leaders, our friends, our neighbors, anybody we know can be involved in popcorn, whether as, you know, as a seller, as a family member, as a customer, a lot of different things there. So we've got the prize program available. A lot of good prizes. The prize program, and I'm sorry, it's a little bit small, but it is part of the sales sheet, so you'll be able to see the bigger things in there. But a lot of good prizes. And I think, you know, the idea of the prize program is to help motivate and incentivize our scouts to be able to, you know, set and reach a goal for, you know, something that they're trying to use for something that they're trying to accomplish. And, you know, while the prize helps, you know, I think the ability to make sure that our scouts are funding their program and get a little bit of something out of it, I think is a good thing there. So we also have a couple of council promotions that we're doing. We have a Blitz weekend for popcorn, as well as we did for WREATH on the 18th through 20th of September. Again, the top 5 sellers council-wide who sell over that weekend will receive a $100 Amazon gift card. Everything needs to be submitted to us by the 22nd to verify top sellers. We also have council level bonus prizes. Many of you are probably familiar with these. We've done everything from gift cards to sports packages to trips and other things like that. And, you know, in looking at it, to try to simplify and streamline that, and also to provide our scouts kind of some flexibility with those. We've really we focused in on a gift card program. So you'll see that 5 of those are gift cards that'll come directly from the council. 2 of those are also 2 of those, the $2,500 to $49.99 and $5,000 to $74.99. Those will be those bonus prizes come from the Pecatonica River Winner Circle, and those different prizes are listed here. As you can see, if you sell $2,500, you'll be able to pick one of the prizes from that $2,500 level. And if you sell $5,000, you can choose, you know, a prize from the $2,500 level or one prize from the $5,000 level. So you'll also see that online sales count for that. So, you know, a couple of really cool things to help talk to your kids and make sure that they're excited about taking advantage of those opportunities. I'm not a video game kind of guy, but I'm sure many of our scouts are. So, you know, $5,000 in sales, and everybody tells me these are really good video game systems, so I'm going to go with that. So, you know, so when you talk about how to sell, you know, you want to talk about, you know, you want to make sure that every scout has a chance to taste what each of these flavors are, so they kind of know what they're talking about. As we get our materials distributed to each of you, we'll make sure that there's a tasting kit for those of you that are participating in popcorn, so you have that available, and so that everybody will have an idea of what of what those flavors are, what that popcorn is, what their favorite is. Making sure that you educate your scouts on a timeline that fits for your unit. Now, we've got our timeline that, you know, we've established, and those are to help hit certain benchmarks to make sure that you have your popcorn on time, to make sure that that sale is maintained on a kind of a tight time frame. But you might find within your unit that things might be a little bit different. Even though our deadline for, you know, you turning stuff in might be October 23rd, you as a unit may say, well, I'm going to need a few extra days to kind of tally everything and total it up and make sure I enter it right. And if I've got any questions or concerns, or if I'm missing somebody's sales form, I still have the time to track them down and get that in. So you may ask it within your unit that the sale, to have everybody turn in forms by October 19th or something like that. So that makes sure that your scouts know what the timeline for your unit is. You want to make sure that that is clear for everybody who's involved. Making sure that there's sales goals established. People respond to having a goal in mind, or having a goal out there, and what, not just a monetary goal, but we want to raise, you know, we want to sell X number of dollars of popcorn to make sure that our program is scheduled, and all the things that we want to do this year are paid for, and that's helping keep our dues down. Or if the unit is looking at making some big purchases. I know that there's some units that I've worked with in the past who've had a target of, troops who've had a target of buying all new tents. And so they set a sales goal, and with that sales goal, if we hit this, we'll be able to buy the 12 new tents we need this year, or something like that. So tie it in with some things that are tangible within your unit that you're looking at doing as well. And then make sure that you leverage, your plan to engage all the scouts, all the family members, all the leaders, and connect that goal with what you have budgeted as a unit. So, again, how to sell. Like I said, we'll have the tasting kits. We'll provide each unit with one of those as we deliver your products. The money envelopes, sales flyers, take to work tents, door hangers. We're going to sort all that. We'll count all that out as you've requested, as you registered for these trainings, to make sure that we get you all the supplies you need. They call it a Super Saturday prize here, but I would, again, that Blitz weekend. And then there's also something new that Pecatonica has provided us, sales banners. Every unit will get one of those this year. I didn't even know they were coming. They will, we'll give each unit one of those. There's a question in here that says, when will the order forms be shipped out? Everything will be delivered. All the supplies that you've asked for will be delivered no later than September 1st. Your district executive will be making sure that they get that material to you. So that is my expectation to them. And if for some reason you don't have it by September 1st, give me a call and I will make sure that they hear from me. So that is our expectation, is to have everything in your hands no later than September 1st. Again, as Bill mentioned earlier, COVID has provided some challenges with you know, the last several months, everything from scouts to school to work to you name it, we've been affected. And some of the things that we want to make sure that we're doing during our sale is making sure that our scouts, our leaders, our community is safe during this. So there's a lot of different options for social distance, you know, to make sure you take advantage of that. You know, there's 6 key points here. A lot of them have to do with online sales. You know, getting set up for online sales and making sure that every scout in your unit has a seller ID. That can help again with the safety of selling popcorn. Making a list of going through your contact list on your phone. Who can I sell to? Grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, neighbors. You know, do I have their email address? Do I have their phone number? Can I share my information with them so that they can order popcorn and make sure that I and my unit get that credit. Making sure the sales pitch is clean and consistent. You know, you've got the ability to create an online video, you know, asking for support and then asking for support in the neighborhood. Some of the other things we're talking about with social distancing, again, depending on what happens with roundies, making sure that we follow very clearly whatever guidelines they give for us as far as social distancing and utilizing their stores. Again, I don't know what's going to happen with it, but if it does, I'm sure there will be some expectations they have of us. And we want to make sure that we follow their expectations so we remain a good partner with all of our stores that we do show and sell at so that we maintain that positive relationship. A few other things, you know, the take order flyers, we will still have those. The take to work tents, I'm sure many of you as parents are familiar with those. Those will make available. Something new that Pecatonica is giving us this year and providing us the opportunity to try out, door hangers. So the door hanger, it's basically a smaller version of the order form. One side will have all the products. The back side will have an order form. And these might be things that you can, you know, take up and down your neighborhood. Hang on your doors and make sure that, you know, if you hang them on Monday, maybe make a note on them that says, I'll be back on Friday to pick up your popcorn order. And that same scout, you know, hits those same neighborhoods, picks up his order. So he knows, you know, or she knows what their neighborhood wants to order. So we're going to try door hangers this year. Don't know what's going to happen. New, different, exciting, I think. You know, some other ideas about where to sell, you know, when we talk about show and sell, are there some opportunities? I've seen some things out there that, you know, we've done drive-through scouting for food or drive-through graduation parties. Can we do drive-through popcorn sales? Can you set up a pop-up store in a neighborhood and through the Nextdoor app advertise, hey, I'm at 60th and North in Wauwatosa, or I'm on, you know, 15th Avenue in Kenosha. Can I, you know, on this Saturday morning, come by and purchase some Boy Scouts of America popcorn? We'd love to have your support. Show and deliver. Show and deliver is something we don't really talk about much, but it's a combination of show and sell and take order. Basically, rather than being in one place and having people come to you, what you might consider doing with show and deliver is if you're the scout and you have some popcorn that you've taken for a show and sell, and maybe just selling it up and down your neighborhood. And if somebody at a door, I would like to buy some of the cheese popcorn, I've got it right here in my car. My mom or my dad can bring it up and we can give you the popcorn and you can pay for it right then and there, you're done. So that show and deliver might be an option to think about. Take order, kind of that traditional door-to-door in the community, make that a way to sell. And then of course, online sales we've talked about, adding that as an option. So a lot of different ways to sell. So as far as how to sign up a scout to participate in online sales, there's a tutorial on the Pecatonica site. Unfortunately, I can't pull it. I tried to pull it up from here earlier and it wouldn't work. But there is a tutorial. It's about 4 minutes. It's a pretty simple process, and I would encourage you to watch that. You can also get to it as you get logged in. So, if somebody's making an online order, they would go to prpopcornstore.com and go through that process. Again, some of the reasons why online sales can be an advantage. You don't have to deliver it. It's shipped directly by Pecatonica to the purchaser. You'll get an email every time an order is delivered so that you can track sales. It's pretty easy once you've got that scout registered and logged in with his or her ID. They can share that, and that's how those sales are tracked. And all the sales count towards prize levels, and online orders, it's free shipping. So, you know, pretty awesome opportunities there. One of the other things that I think is really cool is it's a slightly different mix of what's available on the online store versus what you might purchase, you know, through the show and sell or through the take order. So you'll see there's a lot of different kind of options there. They also, if you look at them, trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly. So they follow all the points of the Scout law. So there's a lot of things tied in there, and several different price levels as well. So different price points kind of help everybody have some options to look at. One thing that we've tried to expand and are working hard to expand this year is the ability to do card readers. You know, the little square or something like that, and making these available to units to make cashless sales a little bit easier. You can sign up at squareup.com/i/prpopcorn1. And you can set up a Square account for your unit to be able to take, you know, to be able to take show and sell orders and have people pay with their credit card. You know, one of the common things that you know, a lot of people don't carry a checkbook or a large amount of cash with them anymore, but everybody carries their credit card, and this is a quicker and easier way. And it's available through Pecatonica to help make sure that you can take credit card for sales as well. So Scout Boss, so this is the system. It's called Scout Boss. This is the system that Pecatonica uses, again, for you to help track your sales, place orders, things like that. Again, if you haven't had a chance to log in, if you haven't had a chance to log in or set up your account, once you've got that, I would encourage you to view the tutorials. Again, I wasn't able to download this one, but through this presentation, but it does work once you've logged in. It's a pretty straightforward system to work through and get used to. When I first worked with Pecatonica, it took very little time to really understand that system. So I think you'll find it a pretty intuitive system. This is the login page. You kind of land here. You see up here the on my account. You click on there, and then you would log in from there. Let's see. Again, Kernel Tracker, this helps, another tutorial that's available. Pecatonica has done a really good job of upgrading their tutorials and some of the resources that are available that you can help follow. They've got an app that ties in with everything, so you can download that, again, available for iPhone or Android, so please make sure to take advantage of those opportunities. So any questions on popcorn? And I'm also taking a look at the chat now that I've had a chance to get through all of those. Let's see, when will the order forms be shipped out? How do we get those materials? So again, those, like I said, delivered by your district executive. over the course of the next couple of weeks, I'm sure you'll hear from them to find out, all right, when can I stop by? Where am I going? Should I stop by your house, work? What time works? So please expect a contact from your district executive to arrange them to deliver your materials to you. Contact all your Facebook friends. Great idea. Super excited about the door hangers. I am too, Teresa. Can we get a copy of this presentation? Yes, and we'll also have this as well as the other 2 trainings that we've done. Once I get a chance to download those, I'll get them downloaded out of Zoom and make sure that they're available to each of you on the Popcorn and Wreath website. So yes, these trainings will all be viewable on that site. Let's see. Are people able to pick the 10 they like online?
I was asking because I know with the normal sales, sometimes we have like the Packer tins or the Bear tins or Badger tins. But I know online I've had people bring up how they wanted to be able to pick their own tin but weren't able to. So I was just wondering if that's an option at all.
Yeah, not on the online. Those are all standardized by Pecatonica. Yeah, unfortunately, no.
Okay. Yeah, I've just noticed some people tend to buy because they're like, oh, I want that tin. I don't even care what kind of popcorn's in it. I want the tin.
Yeah.
Oh, so I went on the Three Harbors Council and signed up for the quantity of scouts that are selling. Is there a way to increase that amount and to get additional flyers and door hangers and whatnot?
Yeah. So what I would do if is that Lisa? Is that you?
Yes.
Okay. So Lisa, what I would do is when and I think Mary is your DE, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So when she calls, just to confirm that, hey, Lisa, I've got this stuff organized. Just ask her for some extra stuff at that time.
Okay.
That's going to be the easiest way. So.
Okay. Thank you.
What's the case size versus container size? Good question. So yeah, case is it is for most of our products. For most of the products we say that Pecatonica sells, they have 8 of the individual items in a case. Some are just one, oh, let's see if I can. I don't have any. They're not popping up.
Chocolate lovers, cheese lovers, trio. Those are all just one.
Yeah. And what you'll find is when you go to order, it'll actually tell you how many are in a case. It'll tell you how many containers are in one case. So you'll either see 8 containers in one case or 1 container in one case. So yeah, things like the microwave, several of your tins, you'll have 8 cheese lovers tins in 8. Those are all considered containers, and then 8 containers of cheese lovers will be in one case. But again, just make sure not everything is 8-to-1. Some are 1-to-1. So just pay attention to what those particular items are. So I think that's got everything that was on the chat.
Is there a way to get a copy of the online packages? Like a printout so that we can show them to the boys so that they understand the online sale packages are different than
Yes.
what's got on their form?
What we can do, that's a good point. Let me write a note. Online. Yes, well, even if it's something as simple as taking a screenshot of that slide a few slides ago and sending that out, we'll make sure we get that to you. Yes.
Thank you.
Yep. I'll try to come up with something nicer than a screenshot, though. So. Let's see. There we go. Thank you. Can only order by case for show and sell order, but return Yes, Carrie L., you're correct. You can only order by case for the show and sell order. You can return cases and containers in October. And for the take order, you can order cases and containers. Good point. Any other questions? I've got a few more slides and then we'll be about wrapped up.
Hey, Cortland, is
Yes.
there a, in the years past for the one-time show and sell, order, it was based on last year's sales sold. You couldn't go above that threshold. Are you still holding it again this year? You are capped at your show and sell?
So we have not explicitly stated that. However, I would be very cautious about even considering that this year. I think probably what we'll do is if there is anything that really looks way excessive in comparison to what maybe a last year's show and sell order or even total order is, we may give you a call before we finalize the order. But yeah, we haven't explicitly stated that, but I think it's more of a matter of a conversation as we get those orders in on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah. And then for those that are brand new to this, I've been doing this popcorn with my sons for now 12, 14 years. So just one bit of advice. You mentioned a slide earlier about show and deliver, where you take product, walk it around the neighborhood, go to door, and you sell it right there at the door. That has been the most successful way for us to sell popcorn, especially if you have a wagon, load the wagon up, walk around the neighborhood, because people will obviously see you and just, give you a little bit of sympathy for, your scout, especially the younger they are, the better the sales are.
Very
because
true.
when they're 15 and 16 and looking 6 feet tall, they're not going to get the same type of attention as someone that's 3 feet tall.
Yep. Very good point. So if you can keep your 16-year-olds at 3 feet tall, you do great. So, any other questions?
I have one real quick question.
Yes.
I know we haven't heard from Kroger or Roundy's yet about selling, but I live in Shorewood and I live right behind the Metro Market, and I know the store manager. Am I able to possibly be outside selling with my unit? Or do I still have to wait to get the approval from Roundy's?
So I think because they're a Roundy's entity, you'll need to wait, because Roundy's has a process that we need to go through for all of their, even if we know the managers individually.
Right, I wasn't sure because it was outside.
Yeah, we still need to go through their process.
Okay, then I'll just go north of them.
Yeah. So.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Anything else?
Is Festival Foods also in the mix?
Festival, so they're not part of Roundy's. They're a separate entity, but we're in the same holding pattern with them as we are Roundy's. So, and those are the two main storefronts that work with the council to help facilitate show and sell storefront type sales. If there are other stores outside of those two entities, I know that I've seen different hardware stores. I've seen units set up at Menards, Home Depots, Lowe's, in other places I've worked. You don't have to wait for us to talk to them. If you know the manager somewhere at a place like that, or other maybe, or if some of your unit leaders are, store owners themselves, or storefront managers that are outside of Roundy's and Festival Foods, I would encourage you to talk to them directly and make those arrangements. that you'll probably have more success and get through it quicker, especially if, you know, the owner of, your local hardware or small grocer, as Carrie says, is somebody who's in your pack, or, you know, a relative of somebody in your pack, or a neighbor or something like that. Take advantage. Take advantage.
So we can sell it like our local farmers market?
Find out what their expectations and how you would do that. But yeah, if they'll allow you to do that, and you follow whatever rules and they have, go for it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so once Roundies and Festival are finalized, how do we sign up for those?
Is similar ways we've done that in the past. The sign up process, and I'll be honest, that's something I have to, Cheyenne and I have to learn, because Patty had done that in the past. And with her no longer with us, we're gonna have to learn how to do that quick, and we'll get that out there. And once we know how to do that, we'll communicate that with everybody as far as the sign up process.
Okay, yeah, because I asked, when I did the spring sale, that was my first time, and I called the council, and they told me I had to check with the store directly, and the store told me I had to check with my council directly, so I did no show and sells at all.
Yeah.
So they don't do it in the spring. It's
Yeah.
only in the fall for the Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
So,
Cub Scouts.
yeah.
Typically, they've had a sign up genie that once it's all finalized, they'll send out a link to all the popcorn kernels. It's what's happened in the past, so that you can log on and sign up for those spaces.
That makes sense.
They don't typically secure show and sell in spring, because they compete then with the Girl Scouts and the cookie sales.
Yeah. Roundies has decided to give the spring to the Girl Scouts and the fall to the Boy Scouts. So it's just kind of their standard operating procedures for them now. So, any other questions?
Just with the sign up online.
Yes.
Assuming that it does go through, I think it's going to be very popular, you know, for boys to try and, you know, sign up. But is there going to be some limitations on, you know, just, you know, like troops and who, you know, like how many spots each troop can sign up on a given day or given week?
So I've
heard. Yeah, so
go ahead.
I've heard a lot of complaints by parents saying, well, I just got this notice on the sign up, and almost 80% or 90% of the spots were all signed up for by somebody.
So we'll look into how there might be some opportunities to manage that process. So I don't have an answer for you right now. Again, not being familiar with the sign up genius and how that works and the other things that we've done. There's a learning curve on my end and Cheyenne's end to get through that. But we'll see what we might be able to do. Anything else? All right. Well, the last few things that I want to go through, just basically as some quick things, some resources. Again, the leader's guides, like I said, those are available online, and the most current version will always be available online for download. The resources for Popcorn and Wreaths is available. That's the website right there, 3harborscouting.org. You see the little fundraiser. The menu will drop down. You'll see Popcorn and Wreaths. You can click right on that, and that'll take you to this page. All the materials, the starter bags, again, like I said, that will be delivered by your DE by September 1st. And again, if you don't have that by September 1st, give me a call, and then I'll get to talk to them. And I'm sure they won't want to hear from me. So here in the next couple weeks, you'll start getting those. Newsletter, we'll do that on a weekly basis. Some newsletters will be kind of lengthy. Make sure you read through everything. Some, as we get into the sale, will probably be a little bit smaller, just some highlights. But we'll make sure that we're getting you out information on a weekly basis. Facebook, we'll put some updates and some posts on there on a regular basis. And then, again, the emails, popcorn@3harborscouting.org, Wreaths at 3harborscouting.org. India McMiller is our advisor for Wreaths, and Cheyenne Thunberg is our advisor for Popcorn. Those are their emails directly. All this information is included in all those contact emails are included in the leaders guides, as well as your district executives' phone numbers and email if you need to get hold of them for any particular reason. Best practices, we've kind of talked through some of those, and my last slide is questions, and we've kind of done some of that, so we kind of mushed these last 3 slides together, but I'll go ahead and, any other questions, ideas, practices, anything before we call it an evening. We're a little bit over, so I apologize for that, but I want to make sure everybody's got a chance to get everything out that they might want to ask or say.
I'm sorry, you said all the PowerPoints from all the trainings would be emailed to us so we can go through the slides?
So the email, they get a little bit unwieldy, so we'll actually post them online rather than email them. They may or may not go through. So all the resources will be posted on the Popcorn and Wreath Sale website.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Anything else going once?
When do we need to sign up by to get the bags, the selling bags?
So if you, we may need to follow, depending on whether you were able to sign up for one of the 3 trainings or not. If you were able to sign up for one of the 3 trainings, we've got that information. If you weren't and we had to email you the link later without signing up, I'll make sure that your district executive follows up and gets that specific information.
Yeah, I was unable to sign up. The link wasn't working, so I just got an email.
All right. So yeah, we'll have to, Jeff, I'll make a note. I'll just make a note to make sure that your DE follows up and gets that information from you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sure. So. And yeah, if there is nothing else, I appreciate everybody's time this evening. Again, apologies for going a little bit long, but thank you for hanging out. If you've got any questions, India, Cheyenne, myself, your DE, please let us know. And like I said, we'll be in touch within the next couple weeks with all your, drop off all your material. Anything else comes up, email us at Popcorn, email us at WREATH. We want to make sure that you're as successful as you can be with this fall's product sales. So. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you on the scouting trail. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.